going to go to Ganta in a number, hundreds of people to endorse Honorable Jeremiah Akun as our candidate for the MDR. That's what I know. Well, you know, if I say, look, I don't want to eat GB right now, and then after an hour, I decide to eat, my stomach is okay, can I come in the GB and eat? Politics is not stagnant, I just told you. He has been, he's developmentally inclined on the ground, he got his handiwork all over the places in his district, in other areas. He's doing remarkably well, and so we will endorse him. All of the candidates that are running is the only MDR candidate that the CDC government will have to endorse also, because we're collaborating with them. The propagandists that recorded me secretly when I was speaking my mind at that time and decided to bring it up today, it's up to them.
On being observed medically, because, you know, Kesseley was shot in the leg when he had exchanged, you know, with our anti-robbery officers. He was shot on his knee, So he's undergoing some medical checkup so that we don't send the court, because usually when we send these suspects to court, their medical conditions matter. If their medical conditions are not so very good, the court do not accept them. So he's undergoing some you know, medical examination, after which he will be forwarded to court.
Let me ask you, Moses, what is the degree of the injury he sustained at the time?
Well, it's serious. It's serious, very, very serious. And so he was treated by the JFK hospital and discharged because we needed to go ahead with the investigation.
Gabriel had to go see to the maintenance too.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go see from the web post too?
Yeah. He said, I'm going to go see to the maintenance too. They get money into the store, they will go take it from there. I said, my man, I only buy for the same leisure.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police before the man called me back, I was on the 18th. They more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go see?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
I was in the around about 8:30. The man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to where?
I go to where? I go to where?
You leave from your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. And I go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain, for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the night now?
When the man call me in the night,
yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3?
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the...
The message you want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread?
3 pieces of fruit bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside, my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food the man give you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man you going to now?
Yeah, the same man.
And the man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep?
In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep?
Yeah. Black big Jeep. 4 Jeep.
4 Jeep?
Yeah. So when I clean the car now.
Air condition all inside?
No. Papi, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, because I say when I move from here, I'll free. You I say when I move from here, I'll free. You say one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force another more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the off here, I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fed. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting fed. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say they make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then
Okay, explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Yeah. Okay.
You get break out to go see to the main store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said I'm joining to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store there we'll go take it from there. I said, my man, I only buy for the same leisure.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police people. Before the man call me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the 9, around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave from your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, from to my working area to Clarence to now, go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. And I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the night now.
When the man call me in the night.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message you want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
With bread.
3 pieces of fruit bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside, my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food the man give you now, you carry it so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
And the man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In a jeep.
In a jeep. Then they are 2.
A big jeep.
Yeah. Black big jeep. 4 doji.
4 doji.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now.
Air condition all inside.
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said you get break out to go see to the main store.
So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store?
Yeah. He said I'm joining to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store there, we'll go take it from there. I said, my man, I only buy for the same leisure.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police people? Before the man call me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the 9, around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave from your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, from to my working area to Clarence to now, go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the night now.
When the man call me in the night.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
told the man say you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
The man say he want to give you what?
tea. Have milk tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside.
With egg into my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food man give you now, you carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right across. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man you going to now?
Yeah, the same man.
And the man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black BG. For doji.
For doji.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now.
Air condition all inside.
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. And you can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, because I say when I move from here, I'll free. Because I say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again. I wanted to mean it whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, looking, hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not belonging to the talk? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get there. You say you carry tea to the man. After you carry tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then
okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Adi, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time
to explain. Okay.
You say rest your brought dirty rest in the country your cause on.
I asked somebody rest yesterday. Not a dirty rest.
But what you say, you say the people in the plaza rest, you say that you pull it do now. So I don't expect you to say anything otherwise. When I hear somebody telling me that Gifty was making love to Peters in the car, only Jesus can tell me that I will accept. Only Jesus. No CID, NSA, FBI report will make me to accept it. No kind of a report will make me to agree that Gifty Lama was in the car on Broad Street having sex. Whereas when we went there, I was there when police opened that vehicle. We noticed that there was sand in her shoes. So they brought people got sent now.
It's your girl Antonio, Miss Royalty Baby, and I want everyone in Liberia to know that I love listening to
105.1
Montserrado, Pome, Cape Mount, Wapulu, Mangibi, Boom, and everywhere you go. This is ABC Radio 105.1 FM.
I like it. I like it.
trendybeats.com.
Good morning, good morning. What a pleasant way to welcome you to the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 101.5, 105.1. What a pleasant way to welcome you. My name is Dennis Nipsey, and I'm here with my host, Fidel City, and we are here to bring you as it unfolds in Liberia. Welcome to the platform, and we have a lot of things to talk about this morning. Okay, as usual on our platform, we take our motivational quotes and also our African proverb. Fidel, good morning.
Good morning, Dennis. Good morning to the people of Liberia. It's great to be here this morning on the program. And how was your night?
Yes, restful as usual and busy, but it's good to be back this morning.
Yes, it's definitely great to be back this morning. And what's on our plate?
Yeah, like I said, too many things to talk about today. And on our first step, usually we have our motivational quote as well as African proverb that will be done by you as well. And also we have our traffic lights. As Liberians wake up in the morning, it is good to know where are those major points that you ought to look out for when it comes to traffic issues. And also we will take our correspondents from across the country to know what's unfolding in the counties. On our first segment today, with Liberian journalists join their counterparts to celebrate World Press Freedom Day. So we're going to have, a bit of chit-chat on that. We're going to weigh on that as it relates to World Press Freedom Day. And also we're going to hear from our audience what exactly, their own perspective as it relates to Liberian journalists and journalism in Liberia. So we're going to discuss that. And on the second segment, today we're going to do a lot of talking as it relates to critical national issues. And Representative Yeke Koluba of District 10, he made a statement that there's a need that the former Vice President Joseph Boakai unite the opposition, community or the opposition bloc. So that was a call by Yeke Koluba. We're going to place a call to him to have him on the platform, talking about that, what he make of that, and we're going to weigh on that as well and give the opportunity to call us and follow us to have their own say. So we have a lot of things to talk about on the platform. It promises to be great. So stay tuned, to not go away. This is ABC Radio, the Morning Breeze on 105.1.
Okay, that's it, Dennis, right there, 105.1 this morning. We are here for you. And of course, we are upbeat in, I was on an investigation spree last night, Dennis, and I left Painesville by 2 o'clock this morning. And I'm here this early again.
Sure.
Someone said, no one know why you drive like that. But
no resting.
No resting. That's what it is. But folks, welcome to the program this morning. Our motivational quote says, success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. And that's Rotty Burnett. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. And our African proverb says, when the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. When the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. Okay, so those are our motivational quote and African proverb this morning on the Morning Breeze. Now we have multiple platforms through which you can listen or watch the show. All right, you can download the Radio King app. It's RADROKING, Radio King, and search for ABC Radio 105.1 official. In fact, once you put in ABC Radio, you will definitely see our logo there, and just click on the logo and you get us loud and clear from our main studios here on Broad and Buchanan Streets. All right, and if you have your device, you can also watch us through YouTube. Just search for ABC Radio 105 official. Get us live on YouTube right now. As you're listening, you can do that right now on your phone and get us loud and clear. And you can also get us via Facebook. Watch us the live video via Facebook on ABC Radio 105 official. Now, when you're watching, the first thing you need to do is to like the page, all right, and follow the page as well. You can share the page as well, so that as many people get to watch our live videos and get notifications once we come on any of our programs on this radio. Okay, so those are the different platforms for you this morning on the Morning Breeze.
Sure. And Fidel, I forgot something very much important. Today our show is dedicated to editor Ishmael Smith. Today is the man's birthday. And
you know, when you play for Sonny, by way, that how you can forget. I mean, it's something that we've been rooting for, been discussing throughout the night. And you see, what they call service to an institution, for me, I value it to a very great extent.
Sure.
The success of every institution depends on the valuable contributions of each and every member of the team. And so Editor Smith has been one of those persons who has been very, very much a positive in terms of contribution to the Morning Breeze right here through the different graphics he provides for us. Sure. And I mean, the videos, video contents, I mean, yeah,
design,
different. I mean, that's what being knowledgeable is all about. All right. So yes, happy birthday to you, Editor Smith. I've already done post for you, of course, on my page. It says how much grateful I am to have you around on the team.
Yeah,
so so but hey, we still have an expectation, and that expectation is food and drinks have to be in the building. So don't feel we keep our eye from on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
The first lady had to do something.
Yeah, she got to do something. All right. So today is World Press Freedom Day.
Sure.
And all across the world, media practitioners will be celebrating World Press Freedom Day. And like Denise said, we will give you, the listeners, the opportunity on the first segment of the show. Now, the intent is because of the work we do, we say we are members of the Fourth Estate.
Yes.
Who is watching members of the Fourth Estate?
Who is watching the watchdogs?
Who is watching the watchdogs? Most of you out there, you have different perspectives about how we operate as media personalities. Now, some of the things we say may not go down well with you, but sometimes, most often, they are in connection with our ethics. But because they injure the people that you support, so sometimes you feel it's ethical transgression. That's not the case. So we want you to do an appraisal of the media in Liberia, and at the same time, be able to assess, do an assessment of what you expect the media to be, or how you expect the media to conduct itself as we move to the October 10th elections. It's very important. So we give you that platform. We say talk to all two, and say anything you want to say to all we the media people, because we can sit down behind here, we can talk to politicians, and we can blast at them. It's not that we are free of errors. We too have our shortcomings, and that is what we want you to say to us this morning on the platform. Okay, so that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
And yes, the House of Representatives, they've actually released a statement which the Director of Press has sent to me. Okay. We will look at that, and it's in a commemoration of World Press Freedom Day. Okay. And we will lift it up as a little bit for them. And let's hear the words they have for us as media people. So let's go over to Denise now to begin with our traffic alerts this morning on the program.
Okay, so our traffic alert, like as usual, from the RRA to the LY or ERW junction to town. Most often we would say you have to watch out for a little bit of traffic from the RRA in around the Kenneja intersection, or the RLJ junction up to the rehab belt. There's always traffic along that side, and upward to the King Gray and towards the Peloton area, because there's a route on that end to divert to the Congotown back road. So it's always some little bit of traffic, congestion and a lot of that at that area. And upward to the SD Cooper Road, because of the issue of the road construction, traffic have been diverted at that end. So you always realize that there's a bit of traffic onward to Boulevard Junction. Expect a bit of traffic, especially when it's after 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes, know that you have some hitches here and there because everyone rushing to come to town. And as well as the like I talked about the 540 n, you will have traffic because you have cars coming from the main boulevard and also cars coming from the Congo Town back road. So you always have traffic upward to Catholic Junction and the Oro intersection. You have a bit of traffic because the flow of intersections at that point. So there's traffic there, and as well as the 20th Street belt in Singer, you will have traffic for before the 20th Street. You have the Vamuma end because you have cars coming from Oro Junction and as well as the main boulevard. So there will be a bit of traffic at that end. So you have to watch up to the Vamuma end, and that's where you have the traffic, congestion upward to 20th Street because of JFK and the other intersections. You have the traffic lights that is placed there. You also have traffic. So make it your duty every time in the morning to pass those points by at least after 7 a.m. or perhaps 10 minutes after 7.
Okay.
Because if you are not, you will
you
stay
have
in the
yourself to
traffic,
blame and you'll be late.
Yeah,
Okay, so from the Bourgeois Island end, of course, the different traffic alerts on that route, of course, coming from the Douala end. First, let's begin with the Broadville, Virginia end coming towards Douala. Of course, there's a traffic alert around the Beer Factory area, and as you approach the Douala Inn, of course, there's traffic there as well. If you're using the Momotown route, of course, before you get to the bridge, the Carwell Bridge, there's traffic there as well. So you have to expect that. Moving on to the Jamaica Road Inn, as you approach the Freeport of Monrovia, of course, because there's rerouting at that end because of the road construction that's ongoing there. You also have to expect traffic around that area. All right, and moving towards town around the Claratown and Vata, and before you get to the Gabriel Tucker Bridge, you should also expect traffic. And you coming from the Somalia Drive and or we say the Japanese Freeway, and of course you should expect traffic around Bartonsville Junction and New Georgia Junction as well. If you're coming from Carwell, of course the Carwell New Georgia Junction and the Carwell Bridge as well. And these alerts are basically on the basis of the time that you are leaving from your different locales. Because if you will get from there late, of course you will be late. All right, and so you have to get up early and make sure you are there on time. Then that's it right there for our traffic alerts from the Bourgeois Island Inn. All right, but Dennis, let's go strictly over to you.
So,
let's get
our time is fast spent. We have to get our correspondents to bring her up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding in the counties. And we're going to go to Bond County where we have correspondent Nathan Colley. We learned that some 260 students from the community college, the technical college, has received degrees. So he's going to bring her up to speed as it relates to that. Let me get to Nathan Colley from Bond County.
Okay, Nathan Colley is from Bond County.
Good morning, Nathan Colley.
Good morning, Dennis, and good morning to our owner manager and have me this morning on the platform.
How is Bond County this morning?
Bond County is relatively calm. We have a very amazing weather in Bond County, and we bless God for counting among us, counting all alive.
Among the living.
Among the living.
Yes. Okay. Bring her up to speed. We heard about some 260 or over 260 students from the technical college. What's happening?
Yes, that's what all the weekend the Bond County Technical College, it was there for commencement convocation where they graduated several students in different disciplines in the country. And guest speaking at the occasion, there were the 15% of the Republic, the University of Liberia, Dr. Nelson, Dr. Julian Nelson, who guest spoke at the occasion where he specifically focused on the issue of peace. People should be peaceful in the process because the peace is the only tool that can be used to develop a nation. And on that day, so personally, we did not see any member of the Bond County Legislative Caucus because according to the caucus chair, a personal representative of district number 6, member Brimesa said that the caucus member did not send communication to our crazy occasion, so they did not have the time to form part of the exercise on Friday.
Is there a practice or law that you have to have them at the occasion?
Yes, after the program we have an interview. She said about it because the country leadership need to have official communication to form part of the program, but I don't know why the administration of the country, the Bonkan Technical Coalition about that, will see massacre. They not send communication to them, so that was the reason they did not form part of the process over the weekend.
Okay. Is there another thing that we need to know about in Bon County happening?
Yeah, another killing news emanating from Belemu Town, Letua District number 4. Panta District is the administrative district by combined with Zota, so-called administrative Letua District number 4 in Belemu. The 27th of April, a man named by Eddie Dolo allegedly killed Topa in the area. And according to police investigation, Mr. Eddie Duro killed Topa for alleged chicken because he sent Topa to cook a chicken for him because in the nearby farm they have a sugarcane farm, so he told Topa to prepare chicken for him. But when he returned, he saw that Topa ate a huge portion of the chicken, so it got him irritated, and he told step in lagging and they carried to the nearby clinic, and after 2 days he was pronounced dead as health authority.
Are they related?
Yeah, they are community member, but not exactly community member. In a village that people normally help each other, so I think he told that fellow to help him because he wanted to sugar the farm to do some work. So before he returned, he saw that the victim Topa ate huge portion of the chicken that he told him to prepare for him.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the program.
Okay. That's our correspondent in Bon County, Nathan Colley, who spoke about a fellow in that part of the county who allegedly killed a relative or friend because of chicken that he cooked. So too many, amazing news can come out of the county as it relates to alleged killing just for chicken. So we're going to make way to Grand Bassa County to speak with the man, Prince Yukon J, to bring her up to speed as it relates to happenings in Grand Bassa County. Like they always say, the county of hospitality. So we're going to get to him, Fidel, to have her inform what exactly is happening in that county. So it is interesting, the news from Bon County.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just for chicken bene.
Yes, I'm not getting Yukon J. I'm going to go to Mangibi County.
I speak to our man Walcott Kerry.
Walcott Kerry.
I mean, because we've been around for a while now, so sometimes when these news come about, I mean, just for chicken bene, he kidding me, but there are back plays, and that lead to that. I mean, but the focus is always on why they make it a man that chicken.
Yeah, chicken. So the man was angry. Yeah. So we have Walcott Kerry on the line from Mangibi County. We're going to hear from him. Good morning, Walcott.
Good morning, Madam Fatou, and good morning to all of our listeners.
Okay, that Denise, not Fatou.
Okay, Denise, Walcott.
Yeah, good morning to you all.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear you. Bring her up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding in Mangibi County.
There are too many trending issues and developments unfolding in Mangibi County, to be specific, Kakata City, precisely. Paramount of all is that several marketers and business owners in Kakata City, Mangibi County, have begun grumbling about the proper agenda of His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah. And according to them, they said Dr. George Manuel Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, once announced that Liberians or business owners, especially Liberian-owned businesses, will not become spectators in their own economy. But for unfortunate situation now, the proper agenda is hitting and looming all around the country, and they, as Liberians, especially Liberian-owned business owners, have become complete spectators in the economy now in the country. So this is very worrisome in the business sector, and as a result of that, most of them spoke to journalists and ABC Radio, like Mr. Marco Wena, that owns the Junction Entertainment Center around ELW Junction in Kakata, and even Bagole Koli, owning a building material shop, also expressed similar situation, and they are calling on the George Manuel Weah-led administration to see how best they could regulate the prices of basic commodities and other commodities in the brand market.
Okay, you talk about the prices. What are some of the issues that it raised?
Well, like the price for our basic stable foods like rice, it is skyrocketing. First, though, it was around 2,400 Liberian dollars, 2,000 Liberian dollars. But now, if you check in the Liberian market, the staple food, which is 25 kg bag of rice, have gone up to the price of 2,900 Liberian dollars. And if you try to multiply that or do the calculation in the United States dollars at the rate of 165 now, we're talking about 17.57 US dollars, which they said it is worrisome. And even the bag of cement now has gone up to $17, $18, which is also worrisome in the Liberian market. Even you talk about gasoline, even fuel, the prices have gone skyrocketing, which is worrisome to them as business people in the county.
So, Walcott, why are they worried? Are they not getting a profit because they are the sellers? They should be happy that prices are increasing.
Well, they said, though they are maximizing some profits, as they said, but interestingly enough, they are feeling it for the common Liberians who could not afford $1 a day, at least to make life, to make ends meet. So they, as business owners, especially most of them are coming from the Christian background, and even some are from the Muslim backgrounds, and they said they have the fear of God. If things like this continue, especially the economy continue to go like this in the country, they are feeling it for the common Liberians who could not able to afford $1 a day.
So in essence, the people are not buying. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Exactly. That is the point. People are not buying, and people want to buy, but the money is not flowing. The money is not circulating, and people are not buying. And most of them, they are business owners and merchants. They are buying most of these markets, are putting it in their various shops. For it to even people to come and buy is also a trouble. It's also worrisome. So it is a two-way coin happening in the city, Kakata and Magibi County precisely.
Okay, thank you so much, Walcott.
Thank you so much, Fatu. Thank you.
This is Dennis Walcott. You kept saying Fatu, Dennis.
Yeah, precisely. Sorry anyway.
Okay, thank you so much.
Dennis. The Liberian National Police have disclosed plans to also construct a Palava hut in the detachment in Magibi County, and according to its county commander, Dixon Paul Kemokai, they said they want to help those clients who carry cases, especially in the detachment, Alisa, with a sitting condition, at least to see how best they could mediate some of these cases, and not to also forward most of these cases to courts, but at least to like mediate some of these conflicting situations in the county.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you to all of our listeners. This is Walcott Kerry, Al Jazeera, a reporter for ABC Radio in Clark City, Magibi County.
Al Jazeera added to this. Okay, that's Walker Kerry, our Magibi County correspondent. We're going to make way to get to Lofa County, where Samuel Bully is our correspondent. Let's see whether we can get to Samuel Bully in Lofa County to bring her up to speed as it relates to happenings in that part of Liberia. And it is interesting, Fidel, in terms of the issue of profit, you know, the Liberian owned businesses and business community as well, knowing that not a lot of people can afford, you know, the basic commodities as it relates due to the prices in Margibi County. And it's something that, you know, should claim the attention of our, you know, government and people. So
yeah. I mean, it's bad when the people cannot afford. It means that suffering right there.
Yeah.
No way you can explain it now.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So we have Samuel Bole on the line from Lofa County. We're going to join him on the morning breeze. Good morning, Samuel.
Yeah, good morning. And let me say good morning to our entire listener. Lofa is okay and everything is going on gradually.
Okay, I can see that you are energetic this morning.
Yeah, seriously, just on my way to Okoya this morning to see how I can carry out some of the parliamentary voter registration process to see the turnout.
Okay, so bring us up to speed as it relates to happenings.
Yeah, when it comes to the voting activities, recently President Weah donated 1.5 million to the women of Sarai, and receiving the 1.5 million. The women appreciated President Weah, and according to the Deputy Health Minister, she said the money is intended for the marketeers. And also, similar 3 million was donated in Kolahun District by the Deputy Health Minister, Minister Eva today. And according to him, he said the 3 million is intended for the market women. But in Kolahun District, it becomes an issue when it comes to the way the money was used. You know, two persons is earmarked to contest on the CDC ticket when it comes to the representative seat, where you have about James Cooper and also about Moshe Fakuto. But according to them, Tomo Farah and the Hurricane from Coalition for Democratic Change, I lifted on Moshe Fakuto hand that he's going to be contested on the ticket. There have been no primary in Lofa County, and other supporters of from James Cooper deem it necessary that it's not fair and it is not the rightful thing because they hear from NPP background, they're going to carry the issue to court. And later now, when the 3 million were presented, according to them, it was in the care of Moshe Fakuto, who he distributed the money according to his supporters. Matter of fact, when he see supporters, the other place that he have more supporters is where he's gonna give more money. Like he presented 40,000 to the women of Colm, he presented 15,000 to the women of Bomba, and also 50,000 to the women of Gobahu, and so on. And we tried to question. He said, well, a matter of fact, he was only represented on the coordination, but it was the coordination authority, including the commissioner, that deemed it necessary. You know, of course, while the money was not presented to the women here in the various zones or the marketeers in Kolahun District, and he said, well, matter of fact, is the authority that can answer that question. And we talked to some of the marketeers. Some of them said, well, they received 10,000. Some of them said they received 4,000. Some of them said they received $200. It becomes serious concern. And we tried our course to get to the district commissioner about Adula Kefa today, but he said he was on the serious awareness when it comes to this parliamentary voter registration exercise. And again, you know, out of it again for other people, they say, well, send the Kolahun Hospital was the referral hospital in Lower Lofa, and now it is tracking down when it comes to drugs aspect. Even the hand glove you can purchase from the hospital. They could have deemed it necessary to see how that 3 million could have been diverted to the hospital. They saying the market women, and the market women did not benefit, only individual benefited, and all the time they distribute money, all of the time share it. And we talked with the market chair today. She said she braced the idea. She welcomed the money the president gave, but the way of distributor, she said she didn't ban the idea. And she even revealed that, well, their whole intention was the 3 million would be kept in the bank or somewhere. Those basically women, those that have almost wishing to sit down because they don't have the money, they will go there and get either 50 or 60,000. They give it to them, you sign for it, it go for 1 year or 6 months, then you bring back the room. Others will say you do it a day, it could really be preferable. Then just distributing, others saying that they receive $100, others saying they receive 5,000.
Okay, Samuel, was there a request before the president sent that money?
No, according to them, when Moses was according to the tour here, he said he's going to advocate for the president to identify with the market women. But according to them, there was no ordinary request that they need.
So that was free money.
Yeah, it was money that was given by the president freely.
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel, for that in-depth report.
All right, thank you, and I'm always available.
Okay, that's our correspondent from Lofa County, Samuel Bully. We don't have much of time. We'll quickly go to Grand Crew County quickly to speak with Frederick Kuman to hear what is unfolding in Grand Crew County before we get to other discussion. Time is fast spent on the platform. And Fidel, there's the issue of the money, and I overheard him talking about someone who even received 200
LD.
200 LD.
I mean, of course, you hear confusion. And nothing they get to do with money that you're not hearing noise. I mean, either duly or unduly, people will be accused of using the money for the wrong purpose, or somebody will say the money you gave me too small. I mean, those kinds of noise always around money.
It would have been good, like he said, use it as a loan when someone is in need of a business initiative.
I would prefer that going into development initiatives that benefit the people.
Sure.
All right. Instead of just spreading money here and there. Those things I see as inducement.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So we're not getting to.
Okay, then we have to close it up. We have to close it up. No time to waste.
No time to waste. That where our correspondents from the various counties bringing an update as it relates to what's unfolding in that part of Liberia. It is good to know what's going on in the other counties as we are in Montserrado County and Monrovia. It is important to get the issues as they unfold in that part of the area. Well, Fidel, now to our
yes, today is World Press Freedom Day. And as always, every year we celebrate this day as journalists and media workers, considering the efforts we've made and how governments around the world have suppressed the press in terms of freedom to operate, censorship, and what have you. In Liberia, with there are laws. There was a law passed, 2 laws passed by the legislature, by the way. The Abdullah Kamara, press freedom, and the criminal defamation law, something like that. All right, and so there may be arguments of forms of censorship. All right, but holistically, I think we've made some strides in that direction in terms of censorship, and I think we've been able to operate. I know there are some instances where media institutions are denied contracts on the basis of their reportage, which is another form of censorship, by the way. But holistically, we all have had the opportunity to air our views on different issues happening in Liberia as journalists working here. And so again, is kudos to the government of Liberia, but Joe Wonder, who has been around the media for a while now, has joined us this morning. But before I bring him in, let's read this statement from the office of the director of press at the legislature. Robert Hintz, Ambassador Robert Hintz. I'm trying to lay my hands on this statement. They've released a statement. And by the way, we also have to talk about what's happening in the Press Union of Liberia, Denise.
Sure.
Again, as we've always said, it's not a good sign for the Press Union of Liberia. All right. But let me read this release. HOR Press Director lost media for professional role. As journalists across the globe Globe commemorate World Press Freedom Day today, May 3rd, 2023. The Director of Press and Public Affairs at the Honorable House of Representatives, Robert Haynes, has lauded Liberian journalists for the professional roles they continue to play in the dissemination of vital information to the public. Quote, on this World Press Freedom Day, as the Press Director of the Honorable House of Representatives in Liberia, I would like to extend my appreciation and gratitude to the media for their tireless efforts in keeping the public informed and engaged, unquote, he said. Director Haynes believes that the media plays a vital role in promoting transparency and accountability in government, adding that through their reporting, they help to expose corruption, highlight issues of public concern, and hold those in power accountable for their actions. He further reaffirmed the House of Representatives' commitment to upholding press freedom in Liberia. He continued, quote, we recognize the important role of the media in informing the public about the work of the legislature and providing a platform for public debate and discussion, unquote. The Director of Press and Public Affairs of the House at the same time called on journalists in Liberia to continue to exhibit professionalism at all times. Ambassador Robert Haynes also urged media practitioners to always exercise caution in their reporting, to avoid spreading false information or engaging in sensation that may lead to unrest or undermine the stability of the country. Meanwhile, Director Haynes calls on the government to continue to create an enabling environment for the media to operate freely and without fear of intimidation or harassment. Haynes noted that a free and vibrant media is essential for promoting democracy, good governance, and development in Liberia. Quote, on this World Press Freedom Day, let us renew our commitment to press freedom and to work together to promote a free and responsible media in Liberia, unquote, he concluded. So that's a statement from the Office of the Press and Public Affairs at the House of Representatives. Joe Wonder is here with us this morning. Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to the both of you, you and Dennis, for, knocking your door unannounced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I just bump into you people like that in your morning broadcast with all, any formal, discussion.
Well, this is a radio.
This is the radio.
This is the radio. This is World Press Freedom Day.
Obviously.
And any media person could just walk in here. Right. We have to celebrate. We've always called for freedom and press freedom. So we as media practitioners cannot in any way place a gag on anyone who has the opportunity to speak to the public. Obviously, you are wholeheartedly welcome on the Morning Breeze.
Thank you.
But we are celebrating World Press Freedom Day today. Are we free?
Well, let me give you guys a story before I can go to the free and no free aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
On this day, almost 6-7 years ago, I was behind bar.
Mm.
Yeah, at the Monroe Central Prison.
Why?
Yeah, by the then one of the justices in Chamber, Kabina Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hosted a guy who the office of Kabina Janet, or the security assigned to him for that matter, when I intimidated our family to the extent that he knocked the pistol assigned to him on the head of the man, saying when you play man and kill, nothing come from off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the man wrote the complaint to the Standard Division of the police, and I media people, always looking for news.
Mm-hmm.
He passed by Truth FM where I was at the time. I said, look, man, this is the situation I'm faced with. I want to blow it out, for the public to get to know exactly what is unfolding in my family and my community.
Mm-hmm.
And we took it in good faith and broadcast it. And when the man left, it was a manhunt for this man. The office of Kabina Janet, sent a manhunt for this man. Imagine a justice sitting in chamber sending for a manhunt on somebody. When they couldn't find this guy, unfortunately for me, sitting like I think it was like yesterday to the office. This gentleman, disguising himself, came in, walked into Truth office at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm looking for Joe Waname, who got a community problem, wanting to help us on his show in the afternoon to be able to, to showcase our plight. So the security walking into me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trap.
Yeah. Later did I know, when he sat with me, in less than a minute, he said, oh, Chief. Imagine you call me Chief. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, there's a commitment for you. You got to follow me. I said, follow you for what? Then he said, "Oh, the
Justice in Chamber.
The Justice in Chamber sent a thing against you." I said, "But what have I done?" But fast forward. We called Musa Belete at the time, and Musa said, "Okay, to respect the court, you'll go there."
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the court, sitting down. I saw Denzel Brown. He came. And Denzel Brown said, "But is this an issue? You are journalists. The platform you got in news. You are not the one that caused the problem. The man brought it to you and you reported it. The thing I'm talking, it went in the afternoon hour. Now, no, I sit now looking at the gentleman tapping and my commitment or tapping to send me to central prison. So I started. Then another officer walked to me. Lawyer walked to me. You know, Joanna, will teach you a lesson in the country. Yeah, they teach your foot in the country will teach you a lesson. I said, teach me a lesson for what? But I was so confident sitting down, and you know, I talking about the eve of the World Press Freedom Day. You know, Honor Madam Sali at the time. So I sat down and make few calls. So few friends, the likes of DJ Roger, the likes of Otavia Williams, they pick it up on the news and they started carrying it. And True FM was made news out of it and say, look, as we speak, our journalist is on the way to central prison, and you know, they grab the attention of everybody. Senator Prince Johnson, all the big guys started to call Kabina. I said, but what is it we're hearing so? By whatever way they decide to do it, I don't know what the punishment for me or what. I saw one officer coming with handcuffs. He said, my man, we got to go to the central prison. I said, handcuff me for what?
Imagine.
Your kids were getting bigger.
My kids are getting bigger. Then only to hear that all the case is bigger than us. That just in Chimba Cabinet General. I said, what? What have I done to this gentleman? But he see that over there. Does this in any way say that he go, that when he sleeps, I'm supposed to catch cold? I said, no. So he want to cuff me. I said, no, you can't cuff me. I said, okay, let's walk to respect the court order. Then walk together. We walk on going keke. He took me to central prison. When I got there, they get the communication to the director of prison. When he looked at it, he said, but is this something for you to come bring somebody to prison for? He told me, Joe, don't worry yourself. We'll give you VIP treatment. And he did to the place there. They gave me VIP treatment. And I was able to sit
not VIP treatment in the context of what we know it to be, right?
No.
Whipping.
Not beating me. No.
Because our part of VIP treatment as
when I said VIP treatment, it was a treatment that at least I had the opportunity to see hardcore, criminal, and I sat with ate, watch television and all of those things. What I'm talking about.
Oh, the men in prison watching TV.
Oh, yeah.
VIP treatment.
They prison looking at the thing that they got there more than the room was in that in your. Wow, look guys. So fast forward. That's my experience some 6-5 years ago. But today, looking at where we found ourselves, Fidel, I may say thank God. And again, it is unfortunate, like you said, we should touch on the issue that is
the president library.
The president, yeah. It is a sad story for us. What was supposed to be counting our, gains and other things. Then we sit down, we all. For me, Fidel, in this whole process, I got no side. My side is the president, because the president is the one that I've been disgraced in this kind of form.
Exactly.
So I don't want to know who is right and who is wrong. I told them, I said, I'm mediating as I speak to you. I'm mediating between the two groups. I say, none of you wrong, none of you right. The fact is that the press union is being disgraced, and we got cardinal issues on hand, which is the election, and we're not putting any effort. So this is wrong. We got to come to our senses and let's get this thing, together. Let's sit down, gentlemen. There's nothing that happens in the world that people cannot have. And the two people that are doing this thing, they are two friends.
Yeah,
two very good friends. I was so happy to hear that the two of them, at least they're speaking to one another now and what have you. But the fact remains that the press union is our parent body. And Fidel is older than everyone else sitting down here.
Of course.
We should not allow the younger one to come and destroy this thing here. We beg you, if you're listening to us this morning. So I just...
How important it is for this issue to be resolved as we move into elections?
Fidel, I don't see anything. What I saw there was ego.
Okay.
I don't see anything personal. Because when you talk to the two of them, they will tell you. It's just ego. But now they have understood the point. I'm one of the former president. I will not call his name. He told me, say, Joe, I wanted for the guy to throw more blows. Send the attire now for to pick it up. Which is we were the rebel for us all to sit there and watch them throwing the blow. The blow we're talking about, not physical blow. But from the look of things, they are all exhausted. Because they noted that this thing dragging it on, you will damage the union.
If it has not already been damaged, the image has already been damaged. We have a leadership that has been around. The leadership's tenure has expired.
Thank you.
And we should be in transitional leadership.
That's right.
But again...
And again, unfortunately for us, our constitution does not provide
internship. So it's difficult. Those people are still holding on.
You see?
So again, this has to be resolved. But I'm told that the Supreme Court withheld ruling in the matter on yesterday. Remember,
That's
they were
right.
at the Supreme Court on
Right.
yesterday.
Right.
So they reserved ruling for another date. So we're looking forward to that ruling. I mean, that will bring at least a list of relief, not permanently, but
Right.
at least we know where we stand in this entire debacle. So again, that's it right here. But what we're trying to do this morning is to give the public the opportunity to assess us as members of the media.
Yeah.
I mean, as we celebrate World Press Freedom Day today, we are the watchdogs of society, but someone
Certainly.
has to watch us as well.
Yeah.
And even though those in the public may not be 100% knowledgeable about the work that we do,
Right.
but they have their various perspectives on how we operate as media practitioners.
Right.
And so we are giving them the opportunity this morning, first of all, to tell us happy World Press Freedom Day.
Right.
And then they can critique us or ways they think we can improve in order to be a force to reckon with in terms
Yeah.
of our reportage during these elections and processes leading to the elections. All right. So 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. We want a fair critique of us. We open ourselves with that ourselves to your money. You tell what thing we doing that bad, what thing your thing we can improve on, and how we can improve our relationship with the communities, because we should be working. What the work we do here is more like a liaison duty. We take it from the lower ebb of society, the people, and take it to the government, and we take it from the government and take it to the people. And then we look at the actions of government. We also look at the actions of the commoners. I mean, it's more like an interplay that we do here, a more mediatory role. But that's the job that we do. So again, 0555 105 100 0777 105 100, and let's hear you this morning on the program. The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 with me, Fidel City, and Dennis Nipson, and we've been joined by Joe Wanda this morning. Dennis, before we go to the phone lines, we have to get your perspective on this as we celebrate World Press Freedom Day. We've made some gains. There are excesses on our part as media practitioners. And currently, what's going on at the Press Union of Liberia?
Okay, yes, Fidel, as we are aware that today we're celebrating World Press Freedom Day, and it is our 30 years since it was decreed to be celebrated in terms of journalists across the world. And this year, the theme happens to be shaping a future of rights. Yes, so as it relates to, the press union and what is unfolding in that part of what is unfolding at the Press Union of Liberia, it speaks to the issue of rights. So it has, we all crack jokes around and we say the law is the Lord, but as it is now, as watchdogs of society, it is important that we put our acts together, because we cannot be checkmating government and decision makers, and then our house is not in order. So it is important that we do that, and in doing that, all sides must be at peace and must also be pleased with the situation. And I think this is where leadership comes in, and as it relates to the outgoing president, who happens to be Charles Coffey, he has a greater part to play in this entire situation as it relates to reconciling both parties. And we all know that they are in court because the other side did not perhaps like the way the whole process was done in terms of the election, because they called for HOT because they needed the voter roll to be clean. And whenever elections is around and others will not want to perhaps listen to the order because you feel all is well for you and you are the one heading the entire thing. But I think as it is now and they are in court, there's a need for stakeholders around the media to have a time to sit down to dialogue and see what is it that can be done, because it has much for peace to reign. We'll talk about peace, we'll talk about some of us in the field of diplomacy, they will tell you that negotiation and diplomacy plays a role when it comes to peace.
Yeah.
And both parties at crisis, they are in crisis. There's a need to negotiate. You know, right now where we are in terms of dialogue, negotiate what is the way forward, what can we do. And I don't think, for me, if it meets the agreement of everyone in terms of both sides, perhaps people where we are now, because I learned the other side is calling for, you know, rerun of the process and what have you. So for the benefit of the doubt, you know, it has been a long time been dragging in court.
Right.
Yes, for peace to reign, there's a need to give it attention and see. Let's see what will happen, because
and then let me to just add up to what you just said. I think the thing here now is that the various other need to wake up to the reality. The FIJA group,
yes, the Reporters Association,
and which group again? I think there should be the 3 or 2.
The SWAP.
The SWAP.
Okay. They are the auxiliary of
Thank
the
you.
PUL. And the publisher.
Thank you. But so some like 4.
Yeah.
We need to come together now. Okay, because the tenure of the present regime expire. So what do we do? Let's come together as people who understand themselves. Because we can't keep government, you know, feet to the fire, and we ourselves, like, we keep seeing our houses not in order. We need to come together now, because when you talk to Charles Coffey said, my man, I got my life to live. Now I can't waste my time on 24/7. You talk to Julia said, well, my only problem is if only the committee that was settled can be allowed to.
And Charles Coffey is contesting.
It's contesting.
So
as representative.
And Musa already had resigned.
Musa as
so
well.
We can't be embarrassed at this, you know, because of, you know, this thing. So I'm begging the other them that, gentlemen, you please let allow reason to prevail. Nyankona talk to Nyankona and say, okay, let it try to get it out of the court. But you cannot discuss in-house. What I mean, when the full already comes together, we discuss it. Look, if the internship, we can create something. All the salary present on it, all of the older people that they consider that committee, they sit there to transition the thing up to election. If I thought we really want to go back to election, let us stop embarrassing ourselves, because this thing is wrong. We cannot be professional body that's supposed to handle issues. We are the one that people they keep dragging out the court. Well, go to court. Others I say no, I agree. What is it we're looking for? You know. From what I'm learning, I think the government said looking at all now like a bunch of people who ain't got head, and you know, because there's no direction. The warfare, the other group is asking that some people should boycott it. The other group say, but what's the essence? Yeah, me wearing the T-shirt. It's all about this day.
Yes.
I'm not concerned about, you know, who don't want and who won. It's about this day. We're supposed to be counting our gains and our losses, and where the media has gone wrong and where the government has gone wrong in the media. That country will be talking today. So, but yeah, I was just saying now.
We're discussing internal
stuff. So there's a need, you know, we reconcile our differences and come together and move on. And like I said, in, you know, reconciliation, you have to take the side of others. So
that's right.
Negotiation comes in, you know, people have to compromise.
Yeah.
What is best in the interest of the person, you know. And like I continue to tell someone, if though the election went on somehow, but if the other party is saying, because if we look at the numbers, majority of the people did not turn up.
Right.
Yes, for the election.
Including my very sensitive.
Yeah. So if the other side is saying we want a rerun, and if the team Yankona was the one that won in the election that was held, if the other side is saying that, and we have seen how this thing has dragged, for peace sake, I would give it up and say, okay, I know I have my people, right, who are on my side. Same thing, Konuba is demanding a rerun.
Right. Let's go for the
rerun and go for the process and see who comes up victorious. So that's about it. Simple, you know, we cannot sit on our platforms. We criticize government, we criticize others, and then we cannot do the needful. It is saddening and it's so disgraceful. I'm sorry, disgraceful at times. When we speak, people will tell you that, you know, why you people want to talk. You know,
that's right.
Why people want to talk? You people criticize us, and one time I listened to the president jokingly. He said, "Oh, there's a media that you people can be putting more on also. That you're here now, you can put your horse in order." You know, jokingly he said that.
No,
so,
the president made that statement when he invited the media.
The media, yes, jokingly he said that to them. Yeah, he said it,
and he meant it. I mean, this is our leader.
Yes, so you know, so people might not know what is unfolding within. But what they see outside, they see the journalists are being, white chicken.
That's right. That's
Plain.
right. That's right.
You cannot have issues because you try to handle your issues. So if you come now, like we saying, continue to have a problem among ourselves, it becomes a situation that a lot of people will look down at us journalists being watchdog. So all we are saying here today, as we celebrate World Press Freedom Day, we ourselves need to be free. We cannot be talking about freedom.
Then we're not free.
Yeah, we're not free. We're not doing it.
You can't speak to me. I can't speak to you.
Yes, and we are not free, and we in court and all of that. Election is around the corner. We need to put our house together to be able to do what is right, because Liberians are looking up to us. We need to do the needful, Fidel.
Yep. So that's it right there, and we will speak with the U.S.
Public Affairs
the U.S. Press Director at
Sean Boda.
Yeah, I think you can get in contact with him right now. Let's speak with him this morning. He wants to wish the members of the press of Liberia a happy World Press Freedom Day, and of course there are expectations by our international partners on how we exhibit and conduct ourselves. I mean, during these electionary processes. All right. So Denise is trying to establish contact.
As we go along, taking calls perhaps on the program.
Yes. So let's open up the phone lines now. 0555-105-100, 0777-105-100. You know how we've operated as members of the press over the past 1 year, and you know how we should operate. And some of you have a clear idea how the media should operate. And we want you to critique us this morning and tell us your expectation of our conduct as we go into the October polls, because it is a critical period, and journalists across the world during the electionary periods are required to exhibit the highest degree of neutrality, and also be able to exhibit the highest degree of professionalism, because when we slip in our conducts, that is where you realize that other candidates are disadvantaged, and they are not giving our platforms to air their views, or views that are aired on our platforms are often one-sided because we favor a particular party or a particular individual. You, the public, I mean those in the public, you understand these things very well. And how do you want to see us as members of the media conducting ourselves as we move to these elections? Because it is a critical period in our country's history. It is a transitional period, and transitional because we'll either re-elect the president or we'll experience a new leadership that is dependent on the will of the Liberian people. But as members of the Fourth Estate, we have a critical role to play in that regard. And that is why we are giving ourselves to you this morning. Like, okay, crucify us. I mean, tell us what our shortcomings are. What can we improve on? And even here at ABC Radio, you might have observed our exercise as members of the media. Even though you may not have an holistic idea of how a journalist should operate or the ethics of a journalist, but I mean, there's just one elementary thing people know: the ABC of journalism. I mean, everyone knows that in the public. So, I mean, just get to us, talk to us this morning on the program, and let's hear you out on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Joe Wanda is here with us, Denise and I, and Denise is trying to establish contact with the director of press at the U.S. Embassy. Joe, you wanted to come in?
Yeah. Again, I just want to join you in the chorus to tell ourselves that we should come to our senses and allow reason to prevail, because where we sit, we may be younger in terms of our ages, but we're supposed to be driven by wisdom, because we set the pace for the code of public opinion. Then the public there is the judge. So if we set the pace for discussional matters surrounding the survival of this nation, and we're not together, ourselves, and you got a man to sit there and you say you want to talk about the Kumin doing this, the black guy doing this, and this and that, so now we look at ourselves, so now I can laugh. I say, but what am I going to say to these people? Because I can't set up my own
institution. It's a loggerhead.
It's a loggerhead. Then I want to talk about the Kumi and the judge behind this and that. Sometimes I slow down the politics much. If you watch me, I slow down it because it is shameful. It is shameful, my brother. Why if somebody call on the show and say, look at you, that you got the guts to talk about us?
I can face your problem.
I can face the problem. What do I say to said person? You know, so those things, Frida, is a serious. I hope this one today, when we all, gather to the city hall, we will understand this thing and let us come up to ourselves. Because, look, this thing, Kanaba on the side and Yang on the side, you're not helping this organization at all. We are not helping. Yet us there, we don't even have a fitting office. We don't have nothing to
We've been constructing here
Eh?
office since heck was a park.
That telling you.
We can finish with it.
For me, it's shameful, my brother. It's shameful. What I'm not, I don't pretend in life. I don't pretend. So, like you rightly said, the public, you can scrutinize us now. Tell us our ugly deeds. Tell us what you think. You know, whether we got the zest to be able to talk about societal issues now, because we ourselves will not even organize. So please call us and tell us. So that's the number that he announced. So let's hear from you.
Let's hear you. 0555 105 100 7 105 100 are the numbers to call this morning. Let's hear you on the program. Again, we are soliciting your view. Apparently, we are doing what's right, and that's why you are not calling. Have you established contact with the director? Of course, Dennis has done that, and will join the the director of press at the U.S. Embassy shortly. Just hold your calls a bit while we establish contact with the director at the U.S. Embassy on today's World Press Freedom Day. We got him.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze. Sean Boda.
Good morning, Denise. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Wonderful to hear from you.
Okay. That's good, and it's good having you on the platform.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be able to speak with you today on World Press Freedom Day. Today is May 3rd, and we're commemorating World Press Freedom Day today.
Okay. So let's hear you. What's the message you have for Liberian journalists?
Have we lost him?
No, I think he's online. Are you there, Sean?
Are you getting me?
No, I'm getting you now. I wasn't getting
fantastic.
you. Yeah.
Okay. This is the 30th anniversary. We're recognizing World Press Freedom Day. This is recognized by the UN. And the theme is shaping a future of rights, the freedom of expression as a driver for all other human rights. And so on that theme, I think it's important to recognize that despite the challenges being faced, both in the United States and Liberia, whether that's economic constraints or other issues, the media has never been free.
I think there's
That's
network
network
from their
problem.
end.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, you have to shift a bit from where you are so that we can get you better on the platform.
Sounds good. I'm shifting a little bit, and you let me know if you hear me correctly.
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Wonderful. I apologize to your listeners for the connection, but
He still has to shift a bit. He still has to shift a bit.
You still have to shift a bit, Sean. Where you are, yes, you have to shift a bit because the line is still coming in distorted.
Okay.
Can we reconnect you?
Let's reconnect him and see how it affects after he should have changed his position. Get him through again. Let's see what he's.
Are you getting me now?
I hear you perfectly well.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
Yes,
perfect now.
you also perfect. Let's hear you.
Wonderful. Well, just again, and to your listeners for the break in my line.
Yes.
But, I do appreciate the chance to not only speak to your listeners, but to congratulate journalists across Liberia on World Press Freedom Day. It's how freedom of expression and the press is really a fundamental pillar of a democratic society in the United States and in Liberia. It's also important to recognize that despite the challenges around the world, specifically in Liberia, whether it's economic constraints or other challenges that journalists really face, and to minimize those challenges. But really, the media has never been freer here, and the fact that we can chat, we can talk freely, people can express their opinions, whether they're political or otherwise, is so important to recognize, because this is not the case in many, many, many other countries.
Okay. So you have been around for some time. Can you give us your own impression of the Liberian media?
Absolutely. I have had the absolute pleasure of being able to work with many journalists in a professional capacity, and to get to know many journalists personally, as I've been welcomed here and been living in Liberia for coming up on 2 years now, which is wonderful. And I see journalists that are striving to build up their professional capacity, to have really professional standards. I also think that it's important to recognize that there are areas where that can be improved, and that's why, besides just recognizing this day, the U.S. Embassy and our development partners internationally, and USAID, for instance, our U.S. Agency for International Development, through its media development project, work with journalists, work with media outlets to help bring up professional standards, do training, and even do media mentorship programs. And we do exchanges as well, so that journalists have the opportunity to meet with and work with professionals in the United States and exchange views, because I think Liberian journalists have an incredible perspective that they can share with American journalists, for instance, and vice versa.
Okay, Sean, before we take leave of you, do you have a personal advice or any other thing like to say that perhaps we didn't ask?
Well, I just want to say that while we recognize this day and we all know how important freedom of expression and press is, it's also under threat in many parts of the world. So it is a precious thing. We need to protect it. And with this great freedom comes great responsibility. Do call on all journalists and media outlets to really uphold their own professional standards and ethics, because it's through a journalist's credibility, right, through their professional integrity, that they become a trusted institution and are able to give fair, accurate information to the public, which is such an important aspect of their work.
Sure. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you this morning, and with your listeners, all the best. Happy Press Freedom Day.
Okay, thank you. And that's Sean Boda, the Director of Public Affairs at the U.S. Embassy. They're speaking to us on the World Press Freedom Day.
And I think he has a clear perspective on how the media operates in Liberia.
Sure.
I mean, from his disposition on this World Press Freedom Day, it is clear he knows how we operate here. And of course, he emphasized on training for journalists and building capacity, and as well as this exchange where I think one of the exchange programs we went on, if I'm not mistaken, where we can share your expertise here. With the other journalists across the world. Let's go to the phone lines now on 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. Good morning.
Good morning, and Dennis, and good morning to your colleague in studio. Yeah, although I'm not just an ordinary listener to a radio, I am a journalist. My name is T. Tennessee Toto, a full member of the Press here Liberia, and a supporter to the just election that brought Mr. Daniel Young Poland into being, and there's an ongoing conflict. Well, I think that on this First Freedom Day, our brothers and sisters, most especially Mr. Judah Kaluba and that of Mr. Daniel Yankuna, for which I supported so dearly, to see receipt and then see the pressure Liberia like an area that is beyond everyone's personal interest in whatsoever. So that we all can be able to come together and see, so that we can be able to make the president a noble one. Because we are the mirror that people are looking up to. The place they look at us, and then, you know, the first thing is the public expect the journalists to just know everything. So if we are watchdog for society, that we critique other people out there, including officials of government, politicians, and all other persons in public space. And then we found ourselves having fight among ourselves. There is no understanding. We cannot have a dialogue.
Okay.
I think it's worrisome.
Okay.
So I want to call on Mr. Daniel Yankuna, my dear brother and friend, and Mr. Judas Kalubai, to make sure that it's working a plan and working a side, so that we can be able to see receipt to come together. And I think this is all about this unity. You know, we within the media, from my own perspective, from what I observe, is that there's a serious disunity among us as journalists across the country.
All right.
So if you have a leadership that is just one-sided, even because you have, for example, you have Tennessee Topple is a member of the president that you took key interest in Tennessee, and you believe that you can just work along with few group of people. You look at other people just on the dog.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you so much.
We will not be ready. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have to leave it at that, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm in Mambo the heart of Ashmore Street.
Let's hear you, amen.
And I can recall it was in December of 1993 that the United Nations proclaimed the World Press Freedom Day based on the recommendation from the UNESCO General Conference. The day May 3, we've come to understand, is an act to commemorate the Windhoek Declaration based on a statement presented by African journalists. And as today, after that, to acknowledge you guys who serve as the watchdog in society. You have played and continue to play a major role in the politics of Liberia, where a lot of you have proven to have worked on the ethics of true journalism.
Okay.
Why is it some of you work as practicing journalists, but I've called on you to make your differences at the level of
Okay, my brother.
And let's celebrate together.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's take another person from this end. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm Abraham K. Duplin from Offshore Island.
That's it, Yebi.
Honored all of you for the time on this war, Press Freedom Day. I'm a former policeman, and I always cherish two organizations, the press and the police force. Because of internal random, get the police the way you see it, lack of coordination. And today they are condemned, and I'm out of it. And that is the same way with the press. Press is responsible. I have not gone to Ukraine before, but we follow the events, what is happening in Ukraine, what is happening in Sudan. It's through the press. In the absence of the press, we won't know all of these things. To see the press, in their kind of rallying, going to court and doing this was not the first time. First outlet news about the press was the misuse of 100,000 US dollars. You have no office. You have no reason to move from one place to another place for a fact. We expect at this time of the press, we want to come together.
Okay.
So as to inform us. But let God bless you all. This day we hope that things can be better. And from this day we can all have a unified press.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abi. Let's take another person here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm Brenda Moses speaking to you from the New Jersey belt.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Thank you for this platform this morning. It's very good. But actually impressing in my own personal view, I have a special problem with you guys. Why is that? Please allow me to say that.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. The nation depends on you guys. We, in person, common people, I don't hardly call. It's my first time doing a call. We listen, silent listeners. We depend on you journalists to give us detail about the country, information that we are not there, we are not seeing it, but we hear it on the media, will at least it help us a lot. But this is why you guys lack. Number one, not all of you per se. Among you guys, no love. You guys are not one people. You people are divided. Lack of integrity. Many among you guys are biased. When you stand as a journalist, your ethic, you stand for the whole nation, for the truth, for the fact. Everything that is happening about the nation must come out to the fact. But some will be a buyer. When they receive money, they will see the wrong. They will see the reality. And they will turn it around in their own saying to blindfold the other people. Come on for the time when we start to rest in this country, others are saying rest surplus, others are saying no rest. So we're confused. And we are not seeing it. So if you guys can work together, let the election that's coming out, some will give risk. If some will say this, some will come and condemn it. So it look confusing to us. We are begging you guys. You work together for us. You come together for us. You try to make things work perfectly. Then we will depend on you guys. But for now, we are not depending on you because what? No one word. You guys are divided. Lack of integrity among many of you. Some among you are standing for the truth. On our own.
Okay.
Under the regime.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the platform. I pray God will help you all to unite yourself and stand for the nation to move forward.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. That's the kind of criticism we want. All right, straight to the point. No hard feelings. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
I'm Mazara calling from West Point.
Mama, welcome.
You know, we're depending on your we the poor people. We're depending on you. That is telling to our genetic everyone on you. Depending on you. Labra is Mama Labra is the Labra we have. No country somewhere else. So please you must get together and kill that Labra for we the poor people.
Okay, man. All right, Mama. Thank you so much. All right, 077-105-100, 055-105-100, and those are the numbers to call this morning. Call and criticize the press. Criticize us. You know, like the old man did. He said some of us lack integrity, and we are not united. On that particular one, I don't agree with him because as members of the press, we have differing opinions and issues that occur in the country. So we may not necessarily have one voice on a particular issue. And I thought he would have looked at unity from the perspective of what's obtaining now in the Press Union of Liberia. Yes, we still have calls coming in. Let's take this one right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Cedar City.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to the city. Okay, this is Papi SK. So in the next conversation from Claverton, this is number 14. Thank you for the opportunity. The fact that you can have the opportunity to all today to evaluate it because not many people can do that. But you're the media. Yes, more that you can evaluate people outside the media. So we do the opportunity to evaluate. Thank you for that. So that's my point. My disagreement with media. The media is starting with people with more instantly compared to actually issues actually very civil to find of people.
Please restate that. Sorry. Hello?
Yeah.
Please restate that part. I didn't get it.
I said that the media, my discipline media, sometimes they will go stories that are against poor people instead of stories that are against people with opportunity. For instance, the issue with government and other people outside the government, not only the media of opposition, you will see that the media, when it comes to government, they will not actually go about it. There's a story around the last time that brought up errors when it comes to the armed communicator the last time they put. So the media extended the president's home in Jamaica Richard when the media came from there, we never ever saw the story concerning the communicator arm, including the 140 million worth of drugs that constituted 40% or 12% of our national budget.
You say since the media accepted what?
We should be updated all of the time. So no, our starter that the media are updating on because it's part of our features and the future of the next generation.
Okay.
Send the media accepted what from the president?
So, I mean, I didn't get that part, but he's made two allegations. He said the media has not given updates on the 100 million drug case and the arms that were seized at the Freeport of Monrovia. The 100 million case, we've been reporting on it here. The case is in court. There are various witnesses that are showing up in that case. The same with the arm that was seized at the port.
Yes.
There are investigations still ongoing, and so we've always provided updates. Apparently, he has not been following.
And that's where I want to make the correction, because as much as we have our differences at the level of the president of Liberia, we are still performing our duties. You see us every time here. You see other journalists at other institutions. We still doing what
our journalistic duties.
We ought to do. So it's not about us sitting back and just looking at things unfold in the country.
Okay, Joe, another comment?
Yeah, looking at us and saying to us that we are not united, and besides that, we are not giving update on those stuff. The $100 million case, it is sub DC for us to sit here and discuss it because it's already in court. So we don't have that authority to talk about it until the court herself, because they got the spokespeople there that can officially say, okay, the case has been, thrown out or whatever the judgment is. Then of course the media can pick up. We only report what the end result of what take place. So please don't think that we are the one.
We are quiet and silent, but we're always reporting on the case
at the court,
the
ongoing trial or what have you. We always report on that.
That's right. So and the gentlemen who are talking about us not being professional and not united, well, oh man, even the torn team and more, they can't agree. But when the stomach enter, you see they can try to force food for the stomach to get those strength. Other than that, will fall down, and something. So I want you to understand that it's a human kingdom. You will not find 100%, togetherness into it. So let us be clear to Liberian people. In this day and age, during the days of Madame Salif, if you all can bear me witness, you had journalists who were speaking the positive aspect of Madame Salif. You had journalists who were speaking the negative aspect. Does it in any way say that we are not professional people?
There will always be bad apples.
You always get them. So please, you understand our workings, yeah?
Yeah, so that why they criticizing all of us. Yeah. So that's right. They were right. They're on point. All right, let's go back to the phone line 0777-105-100, 0777-105-100 are the numbers to call. Let's hear you this morning on the Morning Breeze.
ABC Radio
105.1, and you can follow our live videos via social media. Facebook specifically, you can just follow you search for ABC Radio 105 official, like our page, follow as well, and get instant notifications whenever we go live on the program. You can also search for us on YouTube at ABC Radio 105.1 official and get us as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Famule Kamara, and I'm called from the movement Intellectual Exchange.
Okay. Okay.
When I listen to the conversation on the radio, and let me say happy Press Freedom Day to all of you who have been in the media and doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, what I think is that today, like all of you have said over there, should be a day where we'll be able to evaluate the working of the journalists or the media practitioners across the world, especially in Liberia where we live. And to be very frank, on the average, the media have performed well since the war ended. They have been there providing information. Some of them have served in different capacity. Now today in Liberia we have media practitioners that are reporting the judiciary activities. Some are reporting from the legislature, the executive. And in fact, we have had some media practitioners that are reporting on, enterprise, entrepreneurship, and other stuff. So we have had some different career paths in the media, which is very good. And why it's true that there are still some people in the media that have clouded the media to the extent that people are not seeing some of the good things that are happening. Because, for example, the media practitioner goes on the radio or maybe in the newspaper or everywhere, and then start to interpret the newsmaker. Then it becomes difficult for us now to get the actual story, because if you're interpreting the newsmaker, you may likely interpret them such that you will find yourself defending or offensive for the media, for the newspaper. And this is the case with some of the radio stations, some of the newspapers in Liberia today. They want to defend, to the presidential press secretary to interpret, what the president has said or to call.
But you hello. You should also realize that the president should not say things that will be interpreted. He should be concise and clear in what he says. What the journalist can do is to provide an analysis of what the president has said, not interpretation, so to speak, as you're making it to appear.
No, but let's look at it. Your analysis should be well balanced, not to appear like you're defending what the president has said.
No, it depends from which perspective you're speaking from when you say balance.
From Madam time to Josh Weah time as president, we've seen journalists to some extent that we the listeners. We now think that journalists are being bribed to make some black to appear white in the eyes of the listener.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All right, that's it right there. Dennis, we have to go for our break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and talk about something else on the program this morning.
Sure. There will always be, opposing sides, and people will always say, even the issue about journalists is not even in Liberia. Every part of the world you go, there will always be this perception, in terms of the journalists.
Oh, they're taking bribe.
They're taking side. As long as you continue to hit the side that is not that person's interest. So
that's how it is. All right, let's go for our break. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Let's take this break and be right back on the program.
Gifty, where did you get the bricks you used to build your house? See how strong the bricks look.
I got them from Rovia Bricks.
It's Chai Keys on the beat.
Are you ready now? Skip it, bamba. Na 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 na. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah yeah. Oh na na. Yeah yeah. Oh na na. Jehovah Obadu. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too good. Papa, you too kind. Miracle working God, give me all the praise, give me all the glory. You alone deserve it. You put my enemies under my feet. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Yeah, you love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Papa, you too good. Jehovah, you too kind. See the things that you done for me. Papa, you too kind.
The good things that you they do. You just scatter my hand. Allow me another. Oh, the many blessings you bless me. I cannot tell it all. I thank you. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory, Lord. You know. You love me personal. Testimony. You get the glory, Lord. Yeah. Mama, you too good now. Oh, you let me hear the road. Mama, you too good now. Oh, I can never call me out. Mama, you too good now. Oh, you let me hear the road.
the glory. You get the honor when everything else.
You love me personal. You love me personal. You get the glory, Lord. Hey, hey.
Yeah, Obadu. Obadu.
Jehovah Obadu.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Jehovah Obadu. Papa, you too kind of.
You too good, you too good. Jehovah Obadu.
The blessings of our day.
Jehovah Obadu.
The mercies of our good. Jehovah, you too kind of. Yeah. Papa, you too kind of. You too kind of.
It's Chai Keys on the beat.
Are y'all ready?
Liberia, and we celebrating World Press Freedom Day today, and we're looking at the role of the media in Liberia and ways in which you, the public, you think we've done our work, and do an assessment of where we are and the way we've performed in the media, and critique us. Just tell us our shortcomings and what you expect from us. And so the lines are still open: 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. At 15 minutes past 9 o'clock, we will go into this Liberty Party thing. Denise, talk about Yumli Kanga Lawrence, who's been seen as the hottest cake on the block, hottest political cake now. I mean, even the ruling party, I guess, want a bit of her now. I mean, wants to have her on their side.
Yeah, that's the hot cake.
Yeah, Tiawan might want to, of course, Tiawan wants her on his side. So does Cummins. But with Cummins, there is a sticky issue. And that is what we'll be looking at this morning on the program. Okay, so the phone lines are still open. If you're tired talking to us, then it means we've done a great job, because, I mean, out of the entire 5 million people of Liberia, only 4 or 5 persons say, I mean, something about all that. I mean, sometimes some of those calls even were praised for our hard work. In others, we were scathingly criticized. But be as it may, we know that we have an obligation to our country, and that is exactly what we've done over the time. Except that in some instances, some people will step on their people's toes. I mean, their political leaders' toes, their parties' toes. So they will feel injured by what we say. But I mean, that does not necessarily equate to us being bad in our reportage or what have you. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning. Good morning, my brother.
That was fancy and Jewish money.
Okay.
For my resume in Kupuru.
Yeah.
Sorry if I may ask. If they want, because for me, I would have with ABC. I just know with ABC.
No. We've not gotten to that point yet. No, it's 15 past. I tell you people like politics by way. We're talking about something because Dennis, we are in May. Yeah. We have June, July, August, September, October. 4 more months to get into October, because the elections is the 10th of October.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. So you see, there's not much of time here. Clearly, so this period is cardinal. The way we as members of the media, we conduct ourselves is very cardinal to the election. So you in the public, if you sit down and say, okay, because not having a say is a validation that we've done a great job, then it means that we've done a fantastic job, and we just need to continue on the path that we've begun. I mean, I mean, there's not much of condemnation from our side, and we feel very, I mean, proud about that. So, yeah, that's how it is. Dennis, we have to move forward. No wasting time now. Time in our favor.
Not at all.
But let's look at politics. A bit of politics. We've done our job. World Press Freedom Day we're celebrating. Before we get to the politics, and I almost forgot this, Dennis. You think the best gift for, I mean, the contesting parties at the court to give us is to withdraw the case and maybe say, listen, let's go to re-election. Would that be a perfect gift for the celebration of World Press Freedom Day?
Very much. That will be good, and because we are, talking about reconciliation, we're talking about the fate of the union, and all of that. So it is important, and that will be a great step in that direction, that both parties will come to a concluding point to look at the issue and say, yes, it is important that we do that.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, while we sit here, I'm looking through the chat room of the PUL. Somebody sent something that very, very much, downgrading, I would say. They say, Happy World Press Freedom Day to all members of the fragmented, compromised, and politically driven press union of Liberia. Imagine that.
Well, it's based on the person's observation.
Members of the union referring to themselves in this kind of form and manner. So, like, to John, I mean, there's not much to say about that, but just to buttress what Jenny said. Yes, let's get it out of the code. This is that's a son and father business we're talking about here. Let us not drag this thing, because at the end of the day, nobody will be given a trophy that, oh yeah, I won the case in court, so yeah, my certificate, yeah. Let people put their ego down. The president is bigger than everybody. We always can say to the politician that Liberia is bigger than your politics. So we should also be telling ourselves the president is bigger than each and every one of them. Nobody is older than the president. Even if you're older than the president, but it's the parent body, we should give it that respect. Sure. Don't let us lose ground to this thing, because other than that, we'll be very much insignificant come October 10th.
Okay. We will be insignificant. A fragmented press union of Liberia going to the elections, it means individual members of the union will not be protected. Obviously. Because there is no body that is, no institution with a leadership that is in place to advocate on behalf of a journalist if anything were to go wrong during the election process. So we'll be OYO on our own. Yeah. Everybody will be for that set, and that is not what we want in the Press Union of Liberia. Well, enough of the Press Union of Liberia. Let's go to what the real issues are in our country.
You still want to keep me around?
In terms of politics. Well, if you have engagement, of course.
No, that the union celebration I will be running for, but they're doing a march now. I show that was
okay, so then you can be around. I mean, let's just just conclude the program together. All right. So Denise.
Yeah.
And Joe. We are going to elections, and of course we already have 2 tickets available to us now. The current administration, President George Weah and Vice President Jua Howard Taylor, the first ticket that we have. The second one is Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn. So those are the first 2 tickets. There are anticipated tickets. Unfortunately, we do not have a clue as to who are those individuals that will be paired with these presidential aspirants. We know of Tiawan Gonglo that is contesting. We know of Clarence Maniba. We know of Mandela Cooper. We know of what's his name? Alexander Cummins. And what other name am I forgetting? I'm a key contender, Simeon Friedman. I mean, we know of them. So, we've not seen who are those individuals that will be paired with them to make a ticket.
Jeremiah Wapo.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wapo.
Yeah.
He's from Nima County, right?
Yeah.
Sure, So, those are individuals that are there. But there is this one lady who could potentially go with any of these individuals, because as we see it now, she may not want to contest for the presidency from all indication. At least there's one person who's fixated to some extent not to contest the presidency for different reasons. All right. So the new newspaper's publication has branded her as the hottest cake. I mean, that's the description, right? The hottest cake.
Yeah.
what are the possibilities of all of those aspirants going for her, and who is the most likely person to get her as far as the political happenings in our country are concerned?
So, as it relates to the entire issue of choosing, Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence, and though she did not, have the opportunity or to be part of the Bwakar or the Unity Party ticket in terms of her own relationship with the LP and the situation with Musa Ability. But as it is now, because it is a lesson learned, so she must have learned her lesson that all of this is happening because we heard that I wasn't taken because of the internal wrangling or the situation within the Liberty Party. So it's about time that we put our house together. We try to, reconcile. And like they always say in politics, there's no enemy, there's no friend. They all know that they are opting for one goal, which happens to be perhaps the presidency, and wanting to take state power. There's a need that the the Liberty Party now put their house in order. Yombli and Musa Ability find a time, dialogue, have time to sit around and have a reconciliation, have this Liberty Party together. And when their house is in order, it places her at a very, great point of position where she can be picked by Alexander Cummings. And you have Musa Ability who is with Cummings. So there's a possibility that when the house is put into order, they can have a ticket. And Yombli now can have a side with Cummings. And mind you, now we have this seated government, the ruling establishment, President George Weah, who has a female on his ticket. And a lot of women are looking out for, women political participation. And that what most people, women and those who are feminists, were opting for, to see that perhaps a female would have gone with the former vice president. And now that it has not been done, there's a possibility, looking at the constituent of Yombli Kanga Lawrence, looking at Grand Bassa County and her record over the time, she is an asset that, any other political party will want to grab, or have a glance at, to have alignment with her so that they can, have a better side in the October 10 elections. So she's at a very good point. It's just that they need to strengthen their own relationship within the LP, because no one will want to go to a side where at this point in time, like we said, like 4 months now to elections, and then they will have to every time go to court. They will have to every time want to settle issue with the other. So it is important that Musa Ability and Yombli Kanga Lawrence can come together, form a ticket, put all differences aside, unite their people, and form a force. And a force uniting with Alexander Cummings can be a better side again for, other Liberians, because there are people who we saw Liberty Party came second in the 2017 elections, as well as the ANC came fourth place. So that's a good sign. And
Liberty Party came third.
Sorry, came third. We had Unity Party came third. I say second because I'm looking at the second party. Came third, right? So that's a good sign for both of them. Over the time, they have done their work. They have done a lot of engagements, especially when it comes to ANC. ANC did a lot of engagement. We have been seeing comments here and there, and what have you, and Liberty Party too. They have worked over the time. And like I make some analysis the last time, I said if Liberians were to say we want to try another political party, it would have been the Liberty Party, because the UP was tested, CDC was tested. It's not time to see for which one the party have been there and this person has stood the test of time. We think we can try this party, because the issue about politics now in Liberia is about try and error.
Try and error.
Try a political party. If they do not perform, you take the other party and try the other party. So there's a need for Liberty Party to amend their differences, come together, see how best they can make Yombly the real hot cake that the paper is portraying her to be, because everyone who want to have alignment with her will have Tier 1 Gonglo. We were thinking that Tier 1 Gonglo could have gone with Cummings, to have a side integrated ticket that they all talk about, but knowing that he himself perhaps he's resolved at his own position like Cummings is. So it is also important that Yombly and Belity amend their differences, and you can have a side with Cummings and Yombly.
Okay. Joe?
As I sat and to listen to the expose from my sister, one thing that came to mind had to do with the fact that I never saw this kind of fragmented, attitude during the Madame Salif era when they were all going against her. They had a united front. Why is this time now, since President we had, took the mantle of the country, I see fragmented, opposition. They just fighting among themselves. So it get me wondering, because these are the same political players that we have few years ago. They are not changed. Anybody can tell me the place they are changed, the name are changed? The same old actors. Why are they fragmented? If you all say that George Weah is the target, then I see you're fighting among. Look at Musa Belete and this Musa is with Komi. Yombly thought she could make her way out through Honorable Barkai. It didn't work out. Why you guys cannot come together? Because my fear here is, if you guys continue to tread on this kind of path, you are shooting yourself in the legs, and you're going to give the CDC another more 6 years. Because it is at the advantage of the CDC, all of these things they are happening. So I wanted to understand that you cannot beat George Weah when you guys are fragmented at this. Because what I see is, we were talking with the president not too long ago. This ego, I want to be, I won't be president. Chief, we agree you won't be president. But it takes time to get the presidency, something moving. You got to start from the bottom before you reach to the top. So, in short, what I'm saying is that these guys need to put their forces together. If at all they want us to see a real vibrant opposition, because probably they have been clearing their mind that because they say any positive article is any opposition party is a government in waiting. So that thought has characterized the activities. They feel that okay, but we are government in waiting. We ain't got to go on somebody. No, you need that comprehensive togetherness. It took other opposition to be able to win for president. We are in the second round when they won for the election. So I'm looking at it from that same perspective. Until they can come together, it's a smooth route for President Weah.
Okay, and let's focus on Yombly.
Okay.
Who do you think could go for Yombly? Possibly go for Yombly as it is right now.
From what I see, Musa and Yombly will come together, and Yombly will likely may tend to Kumi, because her party chairman is with Kumi. So there's no way she can go to Tier 1 or any other group.
Remember, she was suspended. I mean, she was expelled by the party through the chairman.
Chief. It was not crafted in stone.
So there's a possibility.
There's a possibility, 100% possibility.
If Yombly were to join Alexander Cummings, what likelihood of winning do they have, or going to second round, so to speak?
Yeah. So like we always saying, looking at the mark of Liberty Party, I may not be exact with what they obtained in the 2017.
In 2017, they obtained 9.62% of the votes.
Okay.
Yeah. In 2017, and ANC obtained 7.21% of the votes.
Okay.
All right. So that's the number that's available. But then another factor to consider is that it was the late Councillor Charles Walker Bronsky who was on the ticket. It's also a factor to consider, Dennis.
Yeah, it is. But knowing that, though it was Councillor Bronsky by then, but he build a party.
Mm-hmm.
You have others who are around, like the Yombli. The name Yombli now in the body politics of Liberia is a household name.
Exactly.
Yes. So we have seen the issue of the MDR, right? Prince Johnson was the founder, or is the founder, and now he has taken another person to head a party. Despite that person has gotten a fair share, right, of the party, or for the party. So we have the Liberty Party. The partisans of Liberty Party are still the same, even though there will be some who will shift, but they are still there. And the officials of Liberty Party, they are still making marks. We have the likes of Darius Dillon, who is now a senator. You have Yombli Kanga Lawrence. You have the others who perhaps who are there, and doing other work and still are consistent with their party. So they too, they are all the face of the party in a sense. So they represent their party. It means that party has been there. They are being consistent. With that, you have, like, with this whole political rigmarole, there are others, like I said, who may have a sense of change in terms of party and in terms of direction. Like I told you, it's about try and error. So people have tried Unity Party, perhaps people continue to complain that they did not get what they wanted. CDC is on board. They still there's complain about we have not gotten, what we want. So why now go for the same parties that have been there, the Unity, the Liberty? Why not try another party or other parties? We have the ANC, we have the LP. That could be the thoughts of some Liberians, for which they want to go the way of Liberty Party and ANC, that will give them a good, a fight, that will put a good fight for them in the October elections. Because if people are thinking that way and wanting change and say, oh yes, perhaps we can try this businessman who has been over the time been an entrepreneur and business person who is knowledgeable of the fact of the economy and all of that, who happens to be commis, and we have on the other hand, or let's say seasoned politician, someone who has been there, Yombli, who has been there in terms of politics. She knows the nook and crannies of the issue of politics. So perhaps we can try her to see how she can operate, in terms of state power. So they stand a chance, when they come together to put up a good fight come October elections. So they could they say there's possibility of everything. So you may be thinking that people may be thinking, yes, it's good, Joseph Boakai is there, we see Joseph Boakai, we see CDC, but others may be thinking different. Say it's about time we try the other side. So they may put up a good fight, normally have a good constituents as it relates to Grand Bassa. She has that.
River G.
Yeah, and that could be a good side for her.
Okay, Joe.
Just bring him back to one part with the
question. And I'm just about to attach some figures to that.
Okay.
In 2017, the Liberty Party got 149,495 votes.
Okay.
While Alexander Cummings got 112,067 votes. A combination of that is 261,562 votes. Almost double to make that of Joseph Boakai, who has 446,716 votes.
Okay.
If you were to consider those numbers, what is the possibility that a Cummings Yombli ticket could go to second round?
Now, this is the situation. From the figure you just read, there could be shifting either to the negative or to the positive. You see, don't forget our voting population. Yeah, people will say, "Oh yes, we are mature," but don't our maturity is all about in the mouth, but the pockets, the belly is one thing that matters. When you ask even the average voter on the street there, what do you make of the Cummings ticket? Oh, the man get money, man. The man head of you were whole head of a quota and this and that. What you make of Boakai? Oh yeah, he's a mature old man, blah 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 and blah and blah. But the bottom line is that the voter themselves Chief, I can say with us stupor, they are not reliable. They are not reliable. They can shift anytime. Or who get the longest pocket in this election will take the vote. Trust me. Who get the longest pocket? Yes. I can say the word stupor. Because in Tampa, we are seeing it. Who do you see on the street of Monrovia when they say they're wearing T-shirts? Who do you see there?
These are the same people.
The same people. What is there? They're saying $10, $5, $15. They're not prepared to say, no. I'm not prepared to vote my 6 year for $20, $50, $100. But man, let eat it. That's what I want money. Those kind of perception stay in the minds of people. You know, the season now is the cocoa season. You see older women, younger people, everybody. So the possibility that the coming scenario ought to come to the second or something. Well, I've been hearing the grapevine that they try to see the strength of each and every one of them from the beginning. So just in case the second round do come, then maybe if Jenny is maybe 2% on top of me, then we can just go straight to Jenny. After we have done our homework, okay, then when we put you there, so we'll take the foreign ministry, we'll take the defense ministry, we'll take the other ministry, finance ministry, Freeport, Monrovia, and this and that. Then, you know, something will be. But from what I see, money is the issue that will speak for the election. It's not so much the people being so committed. No.
Money will be the issue. So, like Joe said, and this is my own reading of things. Again, I am not so sure that Belity will accept Yombly, especially if the news we've been getting, you know, there's been this allegation about Belity working for the president and he's a spy and what have you. If that information is true, then it means they will not reconcile, regardless of how Yombly wants them to reconcile. If it is not true, then there is a possibility that they will reconcile. All right? Because they know a lot is at stake. They will throw away their personal ego and embrace the process as a strong team to go to the elections. And once that reconciliation is done, Yombly is already dissatisfied with the former vice president based on how she was treated. And Belete is already chairman of the party. A part of that reconciliation will be, let's go the side of Alexander Cummings, and you will be chosen as the running mate to Alexander Cummings. Now, we've learned that Yombly has secured some money, which in fact she intended giving to the former vice president as part of her contribution to the elections. That small money stayed there. Now, we understand that Cummings has a lot of money, which he's willing to spend through the election process. Like you indicated, Joe, elections in Liberia is about money. Not just only about bribing people or making people to come on your side, but to protect your votes as well.
Right.
If you are in River G County, for example, and you have pool watchers in River G County, and those pool watchers are not being paid, if your rival candidate has money, he will influence the votes in that part of the country. Whether you like it or not, that will happen. So it is a basic part of our entire electioneering process. Besides that, I believe Cummings has been working over the time. Like we've stated here, time without number, Cummings has been one of those persons who has been very engaged after the 2017 elections. He has been going from one county to another. He has different auxiliary groups in different counties. I mean, they've been working. So, considering the work that he's put in, and this thing about Liberians talking about, quote-unquote, George Weah has failed us, we need to change the government, and this thing about, Joseph Boakai carrying warlord, the way we look at it, we don't think the international community will support him, and because the way you carry somebody who close to Prince Johnson, they will not bring the war and economic crimes code. Those are variables that Liberians will also look at. Even though, like Joe said, I agree with you, that the Liberian voter is somehow accustomed to unpredictability. That's it. So sometimes you are not certain with your prediction as to the way they will go. They deceive you like we'll go this way. But
That's why I
sometimes
say anything is possible.
they shift the other way. So it is important to state that once that ticket is formed, Joe, we will have 3 formidable individuals or tickets going to these elections. And the person who has the perks, who has the moko, which in this case will be the ruling establishment and
Right.
Alexander Cummings could be the forerunners in these elections.
That's right.
And the determination of the winner will be done in the second round. Again, it will be left with the parties that are not going in the second round, whether they will support the government or whether they will support the opposition. That will be something to go by. But I still believe that the coming together of Inyomli Kanga Lawrence and Alexander Cummings, they will form a formidable ticket. And like we said, the ticket of JMB and JKK, we've got some issues around it. Especially Liberians are craving for war and economic crimes code. And you've selected the man who has committed heinous crimes in this country. You've selected his prodigy, his poodle, to be the running mate to you. Anything that Prince Johnson says is what Jeremiah Kuhn does. Nobody can deny that. So to have selected him, that has placed a dent on the ticket of Joseph Boakai.
It becomes the same thing we saw during Manaseli time.
Exactly.
We could not establish that because of some link,
alignment.
yes, with the
Prince
war.
Johnson.
Yeah.
So you see, so it's difficult. So that is the downward part of that whole JMB and JKK ticket. So that's it right there, Dennis. I think we can go to the phone lines
Yes,
and
and
entertain
take
calls, Joe. 077-105-100, 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Those are the numbers to call. Let's hear you this morning. Could we see a united LP again, where Nyomli Kanga Lawrence and Musa Ability will mend fences and in turn join the ANC? Would that be a formidable ticket to compete with JMB, JKK, and GMW and JWT? We need to know the initial business or anything. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
My name is Otto Lake and I call from Congo Town.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, my brother, the analysis that Mr. Warner doing in that studio is not a good analysis.
Yeah, do your own. You're not supposed to talk. Do your part of analysis.
The thing here is,
Yeah.
we have restored with President Weah and his people.
Mm-hmm.
If they are doing it the right thing, we will not even get time for voting. Because you will get there to make a change. But there's no change. Nothing new. This thing even getting worse than ever. Because we expect
So let's focus on the one that we're talking about now. Our focus is.
DNB ticket. That ticket is a very good ticket. It's a winning ticket. Like people.
I didn't cut you off. You went off by yourself. I did not cut you off. You can call back and let's hear you on the program. Let's talk to the ABC ambassador. Good morning.
Joe.
Good morning.
Joe in the studio there, right?
Yeah.
Joe, good morning. Hold on, I'm sorry hearing your voice in the studio.
Morning, but we do fall in the afternoon. That's why.
However, I'm getting married.
Oh, the ball got ABC.
I'm getting married on the 7th. But I'm having a program in downtown.
Okay, ABC ambassador. No, don't distract us from our talking point this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing?
Morning, ma'am.
I'm Dennis calling from Maggie.
Like, which part of Maggie you calling from?
District 1.
District 1. Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, you people, I heard you talking about the Kumi and his people. Because we, since we've been here, I'm not saying Kumi and making awareness. We only know about the CDC and some of the senators here, my gay people making noise here. I've not heard anything about Kumi.
Okay.
So Kumi really need to wake up. He need to really wake up. He really want to be on the front line.
So you think he and Yomli need to reconcile here? I mean, Musa Ability and Yomli need to reconcile so that they both can support ANC and she can run along with Alexander Cummings. Is that a strong ticket if that were to happen?
I think so. They should work together.
Okay, man. Thank you so much, man. All right, 077-105-100, 077-105-100, 055-105-100 are the numbers to call. Let's hear you on the program this morning. The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1 with me, Fidel City, Dennis Nissen, and of course, we've been joined by Joe Wanda on the program this morning. Let's talk about this politics. We believe that Yombly reconciling with Musa Ability will form a formidable ticket with the ANC. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Jordan J. Murphy. I'm from Princeton.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Please speak up. Let's hear you.
Okay. For me, I think Yombly is so desperate for power.
No,
what's your interpretation?
What's your interpretation of desperate?
Because if she's going to carry her as a running mate and give her the courage to sit back and then want to go to Alexander.
How will you tell a political leader to sit back?
All the shame and disgrace she went through, taking her to court, and then.
What did Joseph Boakai pay away?
What?
What did Joseph Boakai pay away with all the humiliation she went through?
But she was never promised.
Okay, but that's it now.
And that's it now. So she has to decide her future. Okay. All right.
I don't get it. And if she's saying she wants to go as president, and it is her right. She's the political leader. In politics, people have to align and realign.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she joined there with some commitment.
Exactly. They were all stakeholders of their parties that went there for.
I don't want about 9 people for Unity Party.
Yeah.
How? Oh, you think that Sunday school gave? No. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the Costa friends are also sitting on the fence waiting for the direction of Henry Costa.
Okay.
Or to know the last kind of question to take.
Okay.
Henry Costa.
All right. We hear you. Thank you. All right. We're talking Yombly this morning. We're not talking Costa. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Costa, we're going to.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
And I call for the UN draft. Well, let me appreciate you people the morning for the talking point. Also, let me appreciate the Almighty God for pumping breath into us, our voice to be heard. If you don't, I think after I want to point it out on the show that the Kumi and Nobly ticket would be a fast ticket. People who are looking Kumi, but when you check Kumi record, Kumi just in the political arena, you just get a man rather than making out with people and some nothing good. And Kumi is making airway in the same political subdivision of Liberia. People go alone. Kumi is the only opposition I see in the country because all the opposition testify and give one man in court. So who is the opposition in the country? Who the Kumi? So I strongly believe that the Kumi ticket and nobody will be a fast ticket I'll get for them. We are after you ate that will can't take on for we are. They do that for that new day and can't say on a few note. So I hope and pray that the Kumi can engage I got the Musa Ability so they can see how bad they can talk to the Nobly can have that Nobly can come on board.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, Yombly won't be vice president. Oh, the woman will sit down and go be behind Joe. Then you say, oh, no, that's not what she's doing. Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Marcy Sebe calling from Kinta.
Okay.
Well, let me give my opinion. As for me, I would say Mr. Kwame using PDT to reconcile the Liberty Party. But I don't think it would be a best ticket for Kwame to choose the political leader of the Liberty Party, which is Yombly.
Why do you think so?
Very good. I think if Mr. Kwame along with Berede can talk to she alone in the legs that left due to some rigmarole, they could support Mr. Kwame and Mr. Kwame could find another past presidential candidate from another country. But with that support, it would be a formidable force. But if Kwame chooses her as running mate, it might be fun, but not too good.
Okay, so why if he chooses her as a running mate and the person you're talking about, he choosing the person come with her support?
Yeah, I think it works.
Okay, all right, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's go back to this line and take this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Prince Toby calling about Unita.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I'm calling on saying because this is the ticket that I got a Prince Joseph is on. And Prince Joseph is in the legislature as senator. In case that ticket win tomorrow, Prince Joseph will be our speaker for the legislature. Yeah, imagine. And Jeremiah Kung will be the vice president. And Joseph Walker will be the president. And now we're looking at the case of Joseph Walker. Tomorrow, me letting you resign. Computers, Jeremiah Kung will be the president of that law. And Prince Joseph will be the chairman in command of the country. Just imagine.
Okay. You'll be the chairman of that one allow. La clear cool. You made Jeremiah Kung president. Vice president. Prince Johnson.
Awarding the ball for all he did as president.
Yeah, that la bro. Good morning.
Good morning, Fidel.
Good morning, my brother.
And good morning to Sis Denise and Uncle Joe Nupo Wonder.
Good morning, David.
Morning.
Yeah, thank you for the recognition, David. I call from Texas. Fidel, I think for me, in my mind, former Vice President Bobaka should try to reach out to Pedro Costa, Rob Kanga, and the other leg. And see how best we can come to a roundtable discussion. But Fidel, what you just said that Yombi should reconcile. For me, I don't think Yombi should be the one to reconcile. I think Berete, because it was Berete who expelled Yombi Kanga Lawrence and Senator Delon from the party. So for me, I think Honorable Berete should call the Yombi, the Delon, and the other leg of the Liberty Party faction and see how best to bring it to a roundtable discussion. And settle the thing. I think when they form a ticket, I think they'll be one of the best.
Okay. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah,
Thank
David
you.
should Musa Bilete should extend the olive branch.
Yes, I think that's the right thing to do.
Yes.
Yes. You know what? I expel you from the party, but you'll come back.
You'll
let work together.
And you know, with the Kumi involvement, trust me, Kumi is a pace setter. Kumi will bring the two people together.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
That's what I see happening. Well, let's hope they do that. Let's go back.
And I'm thinking, what has become of the light of what's the senator named Balu?
John Balu.
Balu.
John Balu in South Africa. They men celebrating the anniversary in South Africa. You posted.
They were all, he was here running or campaign like that.
I mean,
for the Kumis.
John Balu's quest was genuine from all I saw. I mean, he wanted a force that will win.
That's right. A united front.
So it shows how disenchanted a lot of partisans of the
Unity Party will be.
Yes.
So those people could tilt towards Alexander Cummings.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't want to go to the ruling party.
Of course.
So there are lots of
issues.
Advantages that Alexander Cummings has at this stage.
Yes.
And which, if he's very smart enough, like I've known him to be, he can exploit that. I mean, and gain a lot of people on his side. Because I mean, let's be realistic. The man has worked. I mean, we can't have that one. But again, that's where we're at. 0777 105 100 777 105 100 0555 105 100 are the numbers to call. We're having a decent conversation this morning. Good morning. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Anthony Lawrence from Chocolate City.
Yeah, let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, you know, the Liberty Party Assembly decided to form Liberty Party because of Joseph Walker, because we want to see the downfall of Joseph Walker.
No, but apologize when you say downfall, what do you mean?
Yeah, he tried to sing the downfall of Joseph Walker.
Oh, so Joseph Walker,
for now, he want to, so he's the one now to reconcile Yombi Kanga to say, but to my advance, really. Then Yombi Kanga John reconcile with Joseph Walker and John move.
And just sit down and be flow fighter and just stand there and be flow show woman.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, but you want to be Echo Chimo, just sit down there.
No.
The woman too want political influence. Then he says you must just sit down there.
Well, the woman was in time to come. The woman was
when opportunity here now, she must wait for time to come.
You get age in your favor.
That age in your favor we're looking for. The dispensation changing. They get new people who coming. So now go sit down on the bench and be waiting.
I get age in my favor.
Good morning. Okay, we missed out on that one. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr.
Call me any name. Yeah, Fidel.
Yeah, Fidel.
And Joe Wonder and Denise Nipson.
I can call you any name. Fidel, I listened to you guys clearly this morning. So, the only good thing, first of all, I'm Mama Zizé from Looking Down, Bushel Island, CKA, Joe Parker. Let me make this clear. In this country, one good thing I understand, and even we are a religious country, and we that are Christians, we say, the Bible says, the voice of God, the voice of the people is the voice of God. If you think the decision that the vast majority has started, has concluded, they are resolved. Carry on, then you can.
So what a vast majority say?
Two things.
What a vast majority say that all?
It is glaring. It is written on the wall.
What did they say?
Yeah. That the two parties in this country. If you go to election tomorrow, and if it not come true, then we suppose I'm lying. The CDC and the Unity Party. So if you even see,
so let's go back to that question. What did the vast majority say?
The vast majority think that Joe Biden will become the next president of the Republic.
But I'm going to rain tomorrow now. There is a process, and it is the process. It is the process that will allow others to market themselves to the electors. So how then can you say it is the voice of the voice of the people is the voice of God?
If the voice of God, if you don't believe it, then you will see it.
All right, I will see it.
That's what I'm telling you.
I remember that.
Election tomorrow, that's the two parties you will see is standing.
I remember that.
We're not taking nobody.
All right.
If you see it is your time, you can make water take to what? Make the water take to
That's the thing that I him pom. That I'm telling you that to him pom they can do that matin. You remember it?
You have to fight for what you want.
You gotta fight for what you want. You see, elections is more about competition of ideas. Whether at this point in time, I think Liberians are beginning to be very knowledgeable about individuals that are sincere. Now, it is not to say that if a man like Alexander Cummings is elected, we'll start working on Golden Street. But I mean, there are different things that we look at in election that we say, yeah, the people now suffer. Okay, take for example, somebody who man or pa Prince Johnson kid during the war, and they see the person Prince Johnson hiring behind Jeremiah Kun to be supporting Joseph Boakai to say run for vice president with Joseph Boakai. Then you say that person will look at that ticket and vote for Boakai because they left Boakai. That's how he will do it. That person will think the thing that Prince Johnson did to them. Oh, so they now want to establish war and economic chronicle. Oh, that's how they doing it. Yeah. But then I can't vote for that ticket because I didn't made it. I mean, these are things that Liberians will consider. So if they are not considering the CDC, which is the ruling party, obviously they have to consider an alternative that will be considered as the lesser evil, like we normally say. Joe.
Yeah. Okay. You know, there's something from the way when the colors are calling to something that popped into my mind. The likes of Madam Kanga, when she sit and look, she said, oh, Joe Howard and the late Javelin Doe Sherry, who all were in that place over there. And Joe practically had left me there.
Yeah.
So if I don't fight now,
I will not move from there.
I will not move from there.
I will stay there.
I will stay there. So I think that from that perspective, she's looking at, because Jua is making a hairway.
Yeah.
Jua is a potential president.
Exactly.
When you look at it. So now from where she said, she got to do everything humanly possible to make sure that she make the mark. You know. So I think the thing here is about she want to leave that legacy too as a political person from that voting bill in Basel.
And even about leaving legacy and what have I've sat here and listened to some of the callers and the entire discussion as it relates to the political atmosphere. And what I want to weigh in has to do with women participation, political participation.
Right.
Over the time, we have no campaign talk about this issue about women being in politics,
Right.
and people trying to put women in a box.
Yeah.
You know, in a box.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's in the color stage.
Yeah, she's a lady, so
Yeah.
she should accept that and sit. Oh, your women, that woman over there, you know, will give her some position she'll be comfortable with. No, that's not the issue. She's the political leader of her party,
Right.
so she has the right to demand whatsoever position any other male is demanding from a political party.
Sure.
She has gone into the collaboration because they had an agreement,
Right.
you know, and in terms of the agreement, it did not work out. So there's a need that they re-strategize how to come about
That's
and
it.
carry their political party.
That's
She
it.
was hoping for, and I overheard someone talking about that desperation. If she's a political leader, she's opting for the vice right now, right? Running mate to be a potential vice president. So she wants to be a running mate, and she's not saying now by all means I'm going to be president.
No.
What she's aware of the fact that there's some wave of how people
Right.
you know support. Now she's saying I want to lean my support to this person.
Right.
I want to lean my support to that side. So if the side that she's sure, I mean, solid wanted to be part of and has
Let her
not
down.
given her that
Yeah.
share opportunity, there's a possibility that others will look at her and think for, and let's say now somebody will say, oh, the thing you overlook in a relationship, that
Yeah.
woman you're overlooking, somebody will clean that woman up and
Yeah.
say, oh, that go, yes.
Sure.
So, yeah, so someone see her important and say, no, and I see you have
I
a
see
lot of
your
potential,
worth.
your worth. So I can have you come on my side. So
Sure.
if she agrees to that and see a possibility, I don't see why she shouldn't go for it and opting to be like some people are saying pro tem.
Yeah.
The pro tem issue, that's a whole ball game.
Right.
It's not
You
casting
know?
stone. oh.
Yes,
No.
it's not casting stone. Someone might say, oh, when they perhaps, you know,
When
the Unity
Bwaka
Party
win,
come, you know,
then
Bwaka
you will go
win.
do, then you
and
do that.
Perhaps when Bwaka win, there will be another ball game.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone might say, this is the person we think can hear this thing, and she's not, you know, capable, sorry to say, for that position. Someone might come up with that, and there will be changes suddenly. So what will happen to her? Her entire political ambition will be dashed.
I mean, to just add up to what you're saying, you know, let's not forget the thing, the game of politics is the game of deception.
Exactly.
So anybody could fool their friend to
Especially
just.
the way all of them accusing the vice president, the former vice president of playing them.
Thank you.
The fair experience.
You see?
Oh, you promised us say you will make of running mate to
Right.
you. You kick her in the then you can't tell us say I'll make you pro tem again. Who agreed to that one?
It's a game of deception. So
I beg you, yeah.
it's a difficult kind of situation.
Yeah,
So,
so
nobody giving
that's-
anybody a chance.
Yeah, that's it. So every one of them are opting for that position, the presidency, either the second or the first, that is the VP or the president itself. So I think she has all reason. If anyone wants to align with her, any party, be it the communists, be it the
MD,
Tiawan
Tiawan
Gonglo, yes, if she so you know believe that yes indeed she can to have her being on the ballot, you know, come the October election, there's a possibility she can accept it and work in that direction.
Right.
You know, galvanize her constituents and ensure that yes, they can support her and they get a better side in the October election.
Youngly, we are behind you. Do not settle for any promise they made to you for what is it? Pro tem position. Go for your heart. You
What?
wanted to be vice president?
Yeah.
You have to go as running mate to somebody.
Why today we're talking about Prince walking away?
Yeah.
And he said because they didn't game. What
Yeah,
they talking about?
exactly.
Yes.
So.
So you
And
will
so
walk
that's
away,
it.
you will be the loser.
Yeah.
So we now want Yombly to be the loser.
That's right.
Yombly reconcile with your party.
And go
do-
there, go
and
to your party.
there.
That's right.
Go to your
And
party.
I'm seeing it today. Who all listening to your market? Cummins will bring the two people together. Cummins
DeLong
will bring Musa Ability and Cummins and
Yombly
them
together.
and they will have a ticket, you know, that will carry that name.
So
Trust me.
DeLong, your journey. Look, DeLong, you
What
said
happened?
no. I mean,
Some-
you
some
said
happened
saw the
down the
thing
line.
and the way the perpetuate you I mean, you and Yombly. I mean, the way you supported him, look at you sit down on the floor and offer the papi. All that thing in the papi, don't see and you go choose my man said the man you won't pass it.
I will not
You
marry.
go choose him on pass it. Yeah. So you see there? So that it is. So
Yeah, so for me, I will always champion women
Women participate.
political participation. So, you know, it is not about fronting for Cummings.
No.
It is not about fronting for whosoever.
For me, I do understand it.
It's about political. Yes, I know.
I do
It's
understand
about
it.
political participation.
We need that balance.
For far so
We
long,
need that
people
balance.
overload women.
Yeah, we
when
need that
a woman
balance.
wants to have a
need it.
position, oh, she's just
Yeah,
a
she's a
female.
female.
Who's
That's
someone
it,
that who had the country, took the country
Yeah.
for war, and
Right.
why she brought the country. So why another female cannot do that?
Young Lee
so
can
she
do it.
She cannot be limited to what she
No,
want to
yeah,
do.
yeah,
So if she has, you know, or side or quest ambition that she wants to go for it, go for it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, at the second round, you people will decide
Yeah,
now
decide now.
which side to go, whether you should settle for pro-tem position,
Right.
whether you should settle for this position. Then you can make it. But the fact of the matter is to ensure that your ambition as a political leader of the party that came on third place in the 2017 election.
Right.
You cannot be a backbencher.
Yes,
You can't be a backbencher.
You cannot ruin the political party like that.
Sure.
And your ambition.
I mean, Dennis, you
Yeah.
can't say more than what you have just said, you know, the women participation. And of course, and I told you, let's go back to the issue that had to do with Madam Joy Howard Taylor and the late Geraldine Doe Sherry, that they were all into the same boy game. Sherry gone by way of death, but Madam Joy had left her in a cycle.
Elevated.
She elevated. So she want to be the same as Madam Salih. Trust me.
Don't let them fool you with protein. They will not give it to you again. Or the same way they didn't give you vast. In fact, go for your pickup. Go take your pickup and back. Yeah, they're not free gift. Yeah. Take your pickup and back. Let them get a pickup. That's more money that you got from that hustle you want on.
I know,
I mean,
right?
just keep it there. I mean, go Alexander come and make the thing easy. But we gotta go. Then it's time to catch up with all. We gotta go.
We have to go, and we are here to do the ABC of journalism, you know, and we will say it as it is, and weigh all sides, and to ensure that yes, everyone can have their fair share of our platform.
Exactly. So listen, what we do here, ABC Radio is open up to everybody. Everybody. Well, that's why we invite different guests to come and sit here.
Right.
So, I mean, there are some people with this skewed mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, no, don't think like that.
Yeah.
We're here for everybody. That's why when we're to whip government people, yeah. We don't want paying our own bills.
Somebody told me, Joe, you think your bread or told that thing over. I said, what you say? What? I said, that journalist over there. We're not passing, eh?
We have about zero.
So please understand it. And besides that, I said that plate are marketable. Anybody can carry their goods.
Yeah,
We'll sell it.
we'll sell it for you. We'll sell
we're
your
looking
market.
for money.
Yeah, we'll sell your market. How you think we can pay our employee? Oh, that through ragging. No manna falling from heaven now. Yeah, man. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. It has been an exciting trio presentation. We appreciate your listening role and your viewership as well. Do have yourselves a great day. Remember, Liberia is the only country that we love so much, and we must do everything in our powers to keep it peaceful. Again, happy birthday to you, Ishmael Smith.
Yes.
Editor Smith. We expect to have food
Today,
and drinks in the building.
No good working because
Yeah.
Ishmael will enjoy. I hope so. We shouldn't be ourselves hungry.
Don't be us. We get hungry.
But then fasting in the morning.
We ready for celebration. There's no food, no drinks.
Ishmael shouldn't add like Antonio.
Anthony, can't get your phone now.
Phone
Phone now, boy. Okay, folks, have yourselves a great day and keep listening to ABC Radio 105.1. Bye-bye.
Bye.
trendybeats.com.